Years of restless travel and dangerous adventures have transformed Edmond Dantes as he plans revenge. Now, as the powerful and mysterious Count of Monte-Cristo, he arrives from the Orient to enter the fashionable Parisian world of the 1830s and revenge himself on the men who conspired to destroy him. Fernand Danglars, Villefort.
This story interests you, monsieur?
Yes, it is very affecting. And Edmond's father? What happened to him after Dantes was arrested?
Day by day, the old man lived on alone, growing ever more solitary. The door of his little house in the Allée de Milan was closed to everyone but Monsieur Morel and Mercedes. He fell ill with a stomach complaint. The doctor put him on a diet, but he used that as an excuse not to eat.
And you believe he died?
Of hunger, sir.
Bring me a glass of water.
Good friends and neighbors, I propose a toast to my son and his lovely fiancée. This, the most happiest of days.
Edmond Dantes,
Yes?
I arrest you in the name of the king.
No, you must be mistaken.
Calm your fears. Your son has probably neglected to fill in some form.
To be sure, customers have gone ravaging and found the odd bottle of brandy or cask of tobacco.
Make yourselves easy, my friends. There is some little mistake to clear up, that's all. You'll see. I'll be back within the hour to get married. But I won't be denied a dance before I go. How could Fernand, a poor Catalan fisherman without education, make a fortune?
It has staggered everybody. There must have been in his life a secret no one knows. Sir, he has attained both fortune and position. Both Fernand and Danglars are rolling in wealth.
Impossible!
Yes, from the war with Spain, that same war in which Danglars first speculated and made his fortune. Fernand received the Legion of Honor. He then entered the service of Ali Pasha as a general. Ali Pasha was killed, but left Fernand considerable sum to take back to France.
And now?
So now he possesses a magnificent mansion in Paris. While Baron Danglars is a millionaire with 10 horses in his stables and 6 footmen to wait upon him.
And what of Mercedes?
After the death of old Dantes, Fernand was conscripted into the army. He returned in the uniform of a lieutenant. Part of her life was restored to her. At first he said not a word of love. Then he reminded her that he still loved her. Mercedes begged for more time to wait for Edmond. 6 months later, the marriage took place in the church of Écoule, and 8 days later they left Marseille for good.
Did you ever see Mercedes again?
Yes, at Perpignan, during the war with Spain. She had her son with her.
Her son?
Yes, monsieur. Their only child, Albert.
Monsieur Debray.
Good morning, Lucien. You're on time for once. Has a minister resigned?
No, my dear fellow. We're always tottering, but we never fall. I've spent the night writing dispatches. Really, Albert, how fortunate you are to have nothing to do.
And what would you do, my dear diplomat? If you did nothing, well, I will amuse you.
How?
By introducing you to a new acquaintance.
A man or a woman?
A man.
Oh, I know so many already.
But you don't know this man.
Where does he come from? The end of the world?
perhaps.
Oh, I hope he doesn't bring our breakfast with him. I'm deuced hungry. I dined with Monsieur de Villefort. Oh, lawyers always give very bad dinners.
Ministers always give such splendid ones.
But we have to entertain the people whose votes we need. When do we eat?
As soon as my special guest arrives. Take another biscuit and read the papers.
I never read them.
Monsieur Beauchamp.
Enter. Here is Dupre, who detests what you write about him.
I confess that I criticize him without knowing what he does. As a penance, I shall report Monsieur Danglars' speech at the Chamber of Deputies this afternoon.
You have my sympathy. No one is more dull.
A man who may say to me, Viscount, you know I give my daughter a dowry of 80,000.
This marriage will never take place. The king has made him a baron, but he cannot make him a gentleman.
Still, 80,000 is a nice little sum.
Marry her, Albert. Then you will always have a shirt to your back as well as a coat of arms.
Monsieur Morel.
My dear Albert, I've taken the liberty of bringing a new friend. May I introduce you to Max Morel, who rescued me from a watery grave when my yacht capsized?
Monsieur Beauchamp exaggerates.
Monsieur, you are his friend. Be ours also. But I too expect a savior.
Ah, your mysterious guest.
We have 10 minutes grace. I will tell you something about him. When I was at Rome last year for the carnival, I was seized by bandits.
What bandits? Come, my dear Albert. Confess, the oysters have not arrived from Ostend and you are going to replace them with a story.
I tell you, I was held in the gloomy catacombs of Saint Sebastian. My ransom was 30,000 francs, and Franz, if he were here, could confirm every word, for he came to free me, not with the money, but the guest I'm going to present to you.
This gentleman must be a Hercules.
No, about my size.
Armed to the teeth?
Not even a knitting needle. He said 2 words to the bandits' chief, and I was free.
And the name of this hero? Lord Byron?
He's the Count of Monte-Cristo.
I do not think so. There is no Count of Monte-Cristo.
Monte-Cristo is a little island. The old sailors my father employed used to speak of it. It's a grain of sand in the blue Mediterranean Sea.
Exactly. He bought the title somewhere in Tuscany.
Monte-Cristo, what is that?
It's a place no one knows, or perhaps a new way to tie your cravat.
Monte-Cristo, what is that?
I'll tell you now, so listen well, and you'll know in the end. Monte-Cristo is my friend. He's like Sinbad the sailor, the hero from Arabian tales. He lives like a king, but he's been a prisoner in jail. He's like man of many faces, a man of mystery. His name is Monte-Cristo. But who is he? Monte-Cristo, who is he?
Monte-Cristo, what a name!
How can he style himself in this way? Tell me, man, is he sane?
Monte-Cristo, what a name!
It's an island out to sea, a speck in infinity, and no one knows him quite like me. He's like Sinbad the sailor, the hero from Arabian tales. He lives like a king, but he's been a prisoner in jail. He's a man of many faces, a man of mystery. His name is Monte-Cristo. But who is he? Monte-Cristo, who is he? He's like Sinbad the sailor, the hero from Arabian tales. He lives like a king, but he's been a prisoner in jail. He's a man of many faces, a man of mystery. His name is Monte-Cristo. But who is he? Monte-Cristo, who is he?
Count of Monte-Cristo. The half-hour strikes, Albert.
His Excellency, the Count of Monte-Cristo.
Count, may I present Monsieur Lucien Dupre, Private Secretary to the Minister of the Interior, Monsieur Beauchamp, editor of the newspaper, and Monsieur Morel.
Met a Monsieur Morel in Marseille once. Ship owner, I believe.
My father, monsieur.
Gentlemen, I'm a stranger to Paris and the French way of life. Followed Eastern customs. Beg you to excuse anything you find in me too Turkish or Arabian.
I hope our humble fare will be to your taste, Count.
You'll find my appetite beyond reproach. I've not eaten for 24 hours.
What? Not since yesterday?
I had to go out of my way to Nimes. I was late, so I chose to sleep in my carriage for the rest of the journey to Paris.
So you can sleep when you please, monsieur.
Certainly, with a sure remedy for sleeplessness.
That would be invaluable.
It is excellent for a man like myself, might prove dangerous to others. These little pastils contain pure opium from the Canton, and the best hashish, grown between the Tigris and the Euphrates.
May I see those?
My mother had some remarkable family jewels, but that emerald is magnificent.
I had two similar ones. I gave one to the Grand Signor, who mounted it in his sabre, another to His Holiness the Pope.
And what did you receive in exchange for these splendid gifts?
A woman's freedom and a man's life.
Viscount, breakfast is...
Gentlemen, I'm informed that breakfast is ready. My dear Count, allow me to show you the way.
Forgive this intrusion, Albert, but your mother insisted I came at once.
Father, I have the honor of presenting to you the Count of Monte-Cristo.
You are most welcome, monsieur. You have our eternal gratitude for saving Albert's life. Madame will be down shortly to thank you herself.
The honor is mine, sir. General Mondego's reputation on the battlefield precedes him.
Oh, I have left the service, monsieur. I have hung up my sword and cast myself into politics.
Mother!
Monsieur, from the bottom of my heart, I bless you for saving my son. Will you do us the honor of passing the rest of the day with us?
Madam, I'm most grateful for your kindness, but I only arrived in Paris this morning, and I wish to see how I am installed.
We shall have this pleasure another time. You promise that?